Like previous videos I made, figuring out what you want in life primarily comes down to asking yourself the right questions. We all have those innate desires within us that tell us that we should do something, or even something as small as, how when you want to approach a girl and it's in your mind, and it's not that you thought about it before, but it just like it comes up the in real time. You're like, hey, that girl's actually beautiful. Oh, I like this about her. And that innate desire of like, I need to do something, and being more aligned with yourself brings that out of you. And just following that voice for everything in life kind of paves its path itself by just following that. And the great thing is that that's unique and individualized to every single person, based on your experiences, based on how you grew up, based on just being created by God. You have that uniqueness to you, and your spirit craves different things, and it wants different things, and it's interested in different things, and following that clears up the path to whether you really have always been interested in engineering and taking things apart and putting them back together. Or like for me, it was ever since a kid, I always wanted to fit in. I always wanted to be that perfect person. I remember I used to think about, there was a girl that I liked in 7th grade, and I would think to myself, damn, what exactly, I would think about molding myself to the perfect specimen that she wanted. As stupid and funny as it sounds, I always wanted to fit in, and I always wanted to be that guy, that perfect guy. And now that I'm no longer chasing that kind of that emptiness or that shallowness, I realize it for what it is. What I really enjoyed was just understanding dynamics, and people, why they are the way they are, from childhood characteristics like I talk about in my videos, to parents, to worldly influences. I love seeing why people do the things they do and why they are the way they are. And it all revolves around, you know, fear of others, fear of the world, fear of themselves. So clearing all those fears and just thinking back to, who I was, and that kid even brings me to making this video here, and trying to explain this to other people. You see how it all comes full circle, and having to reconnect with yourself truly and look at these. Again, I'm going to bring it up. Daily Laws. I've been reading the book. And he talks about define what you want to do in the world, your purpose. You got to think back to your childhood self, and what was that guy or girl really interested in? What did they really want in the world? What were they geeking out about? What was their thing? And going back and revisiting and seeing why it was your thing, and just using that to find what you want to do eventually. And I'm here. This is what I want to do. I want to break these concepts down. I want to help the world become more individualized to themselves, which as a result makes a better world. If there's more people in the world doing what they truly love, and there's more passionate people, they're bringing up more passionate families, they're doing more positive things in the world, then the world's just going to be a better place overall. And I'm using the skill sets and traits and my innate desire that I've always had inside of me, and I'm just bringing that out to the world. And it's scary at first, because you think about all the judgment you're going to get. Like, even with this, I thought about how this goes against all social norm beliefs as a kid growing up. All, 5 years ago, I would be petrified to talk like this on a camera and say exactly what I'm saying to you right now. Fear of judgment, fear of what people are going to think of me, fear of, just the world. I was scared what was going to happen to me, the result, the input output that this was going to do to me and place me socially on the world, and then all the dynamics that go on with that, and then it just gets crazy. But that's just the way I am. And I'm obviously talking to this camera, bringing that out. And this just shows that, everybody's kind of back to the book again. I just read a chapter this morning, so everybody's weird in their own way, and I'm kind of weird in this sense, and this is why I love it, because like the way I see it is just so unique and so different, and I love diving into topics like this, and just and you can see the enthusiasm and my actual love for it just through the camera, I hope. And imagine being able to be that kind of that eccentric or that being able to be imagine being able to be that excited about every day of your life. Whether it's painting, whether it's being a sports star, whether it's being a teacher in an elementary school, whatever gets you that excited or whatever gets you so up and ready and to go and attack life and go through the struggle and go through the sacrifices and go through the shit just to get to that end position, whatever gets you to that level where you're willing to go through the shit for years in order to get to where you eventually want to be, that's probably the thing that's inside of you, the thing that you really want, the thing that you're after. And I can't talk to you and say, hey, you should do this based on your traits, because you may be great at speaking to people. Say you're the best communicator in the world. You would be the best salesman. But if you hate fucking sales, like that's not gonna be your thing. That's just gonna be what other people tell you. Hey, bro, you have an amazing skill set. Oh, bro, you're the best speaker I've ever spoken to. But if you should be a salesman. But if you don't want to be a salesman, then fuck them. Then do what you want to do. But even and it's because people will see our traits and people will see what you're good at and how you can apply yourself to the world, and they'll give you just and this is just not to they're not dickheads, they're just saying what they see and they're being genuine with you as well, like, hey, you're a good speaker, you should do this and this and this. Hey man, thanks. The only thing that we can take away from that, obviously, if they something that they say sparks your mind, go for it, like take the chance. But just be people reading our traits and people reading what you have already in you. People seeing this from an outside perspective and telling you this. If multiple people are telling you that, you know, you're charismatic or this uniqueness about you I notice, then you got to realize that and apply yourself to it. Dig deeper into it. Say, why am I this way? Why am I such an interesting person? Whatever people point out or whatever you think kind of is there. And this is not being it kind of sounds being narcissistic and egotistical, but you kind of got to realize these things and understand them for yourself to do better to the world. You got to see where you're best applicable in this world, what you want to do, and ultimately what your best contribution to the world is what you're genuinely passionate about, because what you're genuinely passionate about and what's genuinely inside of you, you will do the best at, you will try the best at, you will give it all you got just to succeed in that or accomplish that. And it's just so much more fulfilling, and not only for yourself, but it's better for the world doing what you genuinely want to do out of your heart and your aligned values. This is just adding on to it. Whatever it is, you got to be willing to live with. Like, based on what it is or your values, it's going to spark an energy in the world that, some people might not like. Some people are going to judge you. Some people are going to say this and that. And you got to be willing to live with everything that comes with it. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your life. It's not theirs. Do what you want to fucking do. Fuck everyone else. They can't tell you shit. It's your life at the end of the day. You're going to live here. You're going to die on your deathbed. And there's not enough time to care about what other people think about, man. It's just, even if what you're doing is I'm not promoting, bad behavior here, but if you want to be a scammer and that's what you really enjoy, I'm not sure if many people enjoy that, but just be willing to receive what comes with that from the world as an output. You get in what you put out. This is a fair world we live in. You get in what you put out, and everybody deserves to be exactly where they are. You only have one trip around the merry-go-round, as I heard before, of life. So just milk it for everything you can. And this going back to another Tristan Tate quote that I really like: if life is a lemon, squeeze every single last drop out of it so you can die peacefully and comfortably on that deathbed. And you can think back and look to a life where you did what you said you were. You didn't run away from anything. You live true to yourself, and that's more than anything in the world.